Hey everyone, it's Jason and welcome to the Icon of the Seas. This is cabin 12340. It's a large balcony cabin on the port side of the ship. So one thing I wanted to show you on the Icon of the Seas is this is actually a connecting cabin, but the connecting cabins are on the outside. So you see these two doors here, they actually close if you want to use it as a connecting cabin, and then you open those doors. So there is no interior doors anymore on the Icon of the Seas. So coming into the cabin, there is a full-length mirror, and behind that full-length mirror, there is storage. There's also your bathroom on the right-hand side. Now this is your air conditioning control, and normally I do not show people this because it's pretty self-explanatory, but on the Icon of the Seas, apparently this is a known issue. If you hit the sleep button right there, it will turn your air conditioning off. And this is the first thing they'll call when you call down and say, hey, my air conditioning isn't working, check your sleep button. Apparently a lot of people have that issue, so that's just something to keep in mind, and that's on any cabin on the Icon of the Seas. Also, if you're not using the connecting cabins, this button right here is dead. It does not do anything, so if you're wondering, that just connects to the connecting cabins. So coming into the bathroom. Overall, I think the bathroom is on the smaller side. Now the shower is excellent. It's big. There is a nice stool in there to prop your leg up if you need to for shaving your legs for the ladies. But overall, the bathroom feels pretty small. Now, one tip, and I've seen this, a lot of people talk about this, when they open the door, they have a hard time turning on the water. So the way you do it is instead of trying to open the door fully, you open it halfway and you stick your arm in here and you adjust the water temperature. When it hits this little knob here, it's 38 degrees Celsius or 104 degrees, and this other side turns the water on. So it's really easy, and if you want to move the shower wand away from you so you don't get wet, you can do that when you're turning on the water. So that is one thing just to keep in mind there. Now, behind the toilet area, there is shelves, so there's nice storage there. And I have to say, we've been on many, and I would never usually show you the toilet, but this is the loudest toilet I've ever had at sea. It is extremely loud. So if you have a light sleeper and you're flushing it during the night, it could wake somebody up. I'm just telling you, it is that loud. So just be prepared for that. Now, swinging back around, you have a nice mirror here, good lighting. You also have 3 more shelves, and you have a hook here to hang things. You also have 110 power here, for shavers, for your toothbrushes. You also have 3 more shelves here, and then there's a drawer here. So overall, that is the bathroom. A little, like I said, a little bit on the smaller side. Now coming out of the bathroom, you have this right here. Now I want to explain to you, if you wonder what that is once again also, if you have the connecting cabin, your door opens, it locks on that, and the other doors become your outside doors. So that's what it is. We use some of these magnetic hooks. We love them. I'll have all the things that I mentioned that we add extra in my Amazon store, and I'll have links in my description so you can check those out. They did add some more hooks in this cabin, which is nice, but we always end up bringing those hooks, those magnetic hooks. So I'm going to show you this behind the mirror. This is something I always forget about because it's just weird to have a mirror that opens up. Really good shelving here. You have your safe in here. So plenty of storage behind your mirror. So as you come into the cabin, you also have a very comfortable couch. Probably one of the most comfortable couches that I've ever sat on a cruise ship. Now, this holds 3 people, this does not pull out, but you take the cushions out and it's fairly comfortable for sleeping. So that would be something that you could do with this. I actually think it would be a pretty nice bed. Now coming back around, this is your wardrobe here. And you actually have 2 drawers or 2 areas here. And you have one for longer dresses And then you have one for shorter things, shirts, whatnot. Now, below it, you have these cubbies. Now, these cubbies normally have those wire baskets. Unfortunately, whoever thought these wire baskets would be a good idea, they screech like fingernails on a chalkboard. It's absolutely terrible. And so we tried to use them as least amount as possible. So we just didn't want to hear that noise. So we pulled them out and stacked them and put them under our bed. We bring a pop-up hamper. Really, it comes in handy. We like that we have that. And then obviously you see we have more hooks here to hang things. So coming over on the left-hand side of the cabin, you have a desk area here, which is really nice. I was able to do some work there. And you have 5 drawers, good sized drawers there. And then you have the refrigerator. The refrigerator is more like a cooling box. It's extremely small, as you can see. Probably one of the smallest I've ever seen in a cruise cabin. One thing I will give you a tip on is take this drawer out right here if you get any of the bigger Avion waters, so you can stand them up. But we can only really fit about 4 of them in there. It's tiny. So we requested ice every day. We also actually requested a tea kettle, and we got it. That's something, if you really want it, make sure to put that request in as soon as you board. Now, one thing I will say Icon has done a really good job with is there is plenty of USBs and USB-Cs. So these are USB-As, these are USB-Cs. The only issue with them is they do not charge well at all. They take a long time to charge, and I use an Anchor charger. It's in my Amazon store. It's one of my top picks. It's about $29. That's what I use. It's this one right here. I've asked them and it is approved, and it charges really quick. The iPhones and stuff, I can charge my iPhone in like almost a half hour. So one other thing too here is there is this little table. I like that it's out of the way. You can move it over to your couch if you need to, or you can move it out onto your balcony if you need a little extra, for maybe room service or something like that. And then you can just take it back inside. So moving over here, I wanted to show you, we actually have our suitcases underneath there and they fit great. This is the new level 8s that I bought. So they do fit really well underneath the bed. The bed, as if you've watched any of my videos, I'm kind of a bed snob, and the bed is extremely comfortable. We did add a bed topper. I don't know if it's needed. I have to tell you, Royal Caribbean really listened to their passengers on this one. It's a super comfortable bed. Now, on the right side of the bed, there is only a USB, and it's a USB-A. We like to use it for this fan right here to keep air movement, and it has a magnet on it. So it's really nice because you can angle it towards you. And then they have shelves here. There's no cabinets here, just shelves on the side of the bed. Pretty good sized television. I would say 55, 60 inches, maybe a little bit bigger. One thing I will point out is if you're light sensitive, either A, bring a mask, like a sleeping mask, or bring a little blue tape and cover this up at night, because it is extremely bright. And it will bother you sleeping if you're light sensitive. Now, the one thing I do like about this is this little cubby here. Once again, more shelves from Royal Caribbean, and there is 2 USB-A plugins right there. Moving over on the left-hand side of the bed, you do have an outlet here and a USB-A. Now, you will see our sound machine that we have plugged in. The only negative thing that I really can say about this cabin is the walls seem extremely thin. We have heard our neighbors on both sides door slamming really loud, and the kids are banging up against the walls. And maybe that's just being on the Icon of the Seas, but it seems like the walls are thinner on this ship than other ships. So I like to bring not only a sound machine, but I bring earplugs. So that might be something that you might want to consider. Switch right here, I couldn't figure out what it was for the longest time, and it is the outside light. So there is an outside light there. So if you're wondering and you have your drapes closed or it's during the day and you can't figure it out, well, that's what it is. So the best part, this is the extended balcony. It is a little windy out here today, so I'm going to talk mostly inside and then I'll show you it out. So it is really nice. The chairs are really, really comfortable. The only bad thing is they are now zip tying the chairs together. I think it's ridiculous. Unfortunately, you cannot lay your chair back at all. And it makes it a little more uncomfortable. While I may not lay it flat, I'd like to lay it back one more, but you can't do that. So let's go out and check it out. Oh, and there is a child lock right there. So that is the balcony, extended balcony. Now this extends from here over. That's the extra room that you do get on this balcony. Good, like I said, good sized balcony. And this is looking back in at the cabin. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments and I'll try to answer them. Also, watch my other video about 11 tips for the cruise cabin on the Icon of the Seas. If you could give this video a like and subscribe, as it will help the channel grow. I appreciate it, and until I talk to you soon, happy cruising.